What's going on YouTube? This is Reese here. Today I'm going to be servicing my Kawasaki Brute Force 650. This is a 2005. It's the carbureted model. And it's got the solid rear axle. So what you're going to need today to do this job: oil, filter, 17mm wrench, something to drain the oil into. I have a service manual. I suggest if you're doing any kind of work to anything, motorcycle, four-wheeler, car, you always get one of these manuals. That way you know what you're doing. You ain't gonna mess nothing up. Alright, so this one is for my particular vehicle. So right here, this is your engine lubrication system. Alright, this is the type of oil it recommends. Kawasaki 1040. So you've come in here. The big thing with this motorcycle oil is that it has that JSO MA. What that does is it prevents, if you put regular car oil in it, it lubricates too much and it causes the clutches to slip, since the engine and the transmission is all lubricated with the same oil. So you have to use that JSO MA. This four-wheeler will take, when the filter is removed, which we're changing the oil and the filter, 2.17 US quarts. Okay, so I went ahead and got 3 quarts of oil. That way I know I can put enough in it, and I have a little bit extra, you know, if I get a leak or if I need to top it off or anything like that. So it doesn't hurt to have a little extra oil laying around. So we'll go ahead and get started, show y'all how to do it. And before you change the oil, go ahead and start it up, run it, drive it, you know, run it through the gears. Go ahead and let the engine warm up. That'll help the oil to drain better and help remove any particles and dirt that are in the oil. So now that you're under the four-wheeler, go ahead and locate the bolt. It's right up in here underneath this skid plate. It's a 17mm. You're just gonna need a socket, a ratchet, and a small extension. We'll go ahead and put this on here, turn it counterclockwise, let the oil drain into this pan. And with all the oil drained, go ahead and reinstall your drain plug. Next, go ahead and locate your oil filter, which is right here. And y'all, you should be able to get this off without using any kind of tool. You ought to be able to turn it with your hand. Now I've loosened it some with my hand, but it just screws off like this, counterclockwise. Okay. Have that drain pan ready because it's going to make a mess. I'll go ahead and show y'all. See, there it goes. Now if you've seen any of my other videos where I changed the oil in my 01 F-150 with the 5.4 Triton, this rubber ring that's around that filter, I know I mentioned that in that video. Always make sure that that's on here and that it's not left on the front of the motor. I had this happen to me in the Eclipse I had one time. I didn't check and that ring was left on there, so when I put the new filter on, it didn't seal. It sprayed out around the edges. I almost blew my motor up in my car before I found out, you know, once my oil light came on, I went to checking. Another thing I did, I didn't start up and check for leaks. So there again, it just reminded me, always check this. Always start it up and check for leaks when you're done. I was in a hurry when I did it. I had to go. I didn't have time to check it. It almost cost me an engine. So y'all make sure you check that seal. Always start it up and check for leaks. Always take and put a little bit of oil in the filter. Even if it goes on sideways, always just put a little oil in that filter. So when you start it up, you don't have as much of a dry start as you would if you didn't have any oil in it. Also put a little oil up here. Take it and always rub it around this ring here. That helps it get a good seal whenever the filter is applied. Alright, and with your new filter applied, when you put that filter on, you can tighten it by hand. Once it gets snug, you just go ahead and turn it. I usually do about half a turn, and that's tight enough. It's not going to leak. No trash is going to get in it, and when you go to take it off next time, you don't have to use a wrench. So with your filter done, go ahead and fill it up with oil. Go ahead and locate your dipstick. It's on the left side of the vehicle. It's this dipstick right here. You just turn that. go ahead and stick a funnel in there and go ahead and fill it up with oil. And when I say fill it up, I don't mean fill it up. This high and low mark right here on this dipstick, you want it in between that, preferably at the top of the high mark. That'll be your right amount of oil. Alright, when y'all looking at the oil, it should look just like this. Right to the line, right on the money. Go ahead and install the dipstick back. Start it up, check for leaks. You're good to go. Alright, so the engine's running. No leaks. No leaks. And just so y'all can see, I'll walk you through step by step according to what the book says. I wasn't able to do this, I couldn't find a manual or anything online. I had to buy this book to be able to see exactly what it said, so y'all are getting something special here. So it just says support the vehicle so to this level. Remove the drain plug to drain the oil. You can remove the oil in the filter can be drained by removing the filter. Replace the drain plug gasket with a new one. You don't have to do that, it's not going to leak. This is what they would do at a dealership. Pour in the specified type and amount of oil. It says, and although 1040 is recommended, the viscosity may need to be changed to accommodate the atmospheric conditions in your riding area. So if it's super hot where you are, you may want to go with a heavier oil like a 2050, which is what I usually run in the summertime here in South Carolina. We'll have 90 and 100 degree days pretty much all summer long. But it's August now. Winter time's gonna be coming. I'm just go ahead and getting it serviced for the winter. It says oil filter replacement. Drain the engine oil. Remove the oil filter with the oil filter wrench. Now and it gives you the special tool. That's the Kawasaki special tool part number for the oil filter wrench. You don't need one of those if your hands are strong enough. Replace the filter with a new one. When install the oil filter, be careful of the following. Apply oil to the gasket before installation, which is that rubber ring right there that's labeled A that I told you all about. Tighten the filter with the oil filter wrench. You don't have to do that. When you put it on, turn it about half a turn, and you're good to go. It also gives you the torque setting here for the oil filter, 13 foot-pounds. The torque setting for the engine drain plug is 14 foot-pounds. Pour in the specified type and amount of oil. I've showed you how to check that. So everything's good. Thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video, show it to your friends. I really hope that it can, help you all out, and if you're trying to do it on your own, that this helps you. If you have any questions, just post it in the comments. I'll be glad to answer it when I can. Thanks for watching, y'all.